Check 1 2 check. We're gonna have a lot of fan in the background. Alright, are we rolling? This is where an intro would go if this were a real show. If we had like a producer and a budget. This is where an intro would go. Some sort of a fancy song would cut in, at least for the allotted amount of legal time that we could use it for. See, it's okay to play a bit of a song. So we can have a bit of a song here, and that would then we could be good morning, good afternoon, hello everybody out there. I don't think good morning would be good, or good afternoon, or good evening, because then you're just sort of I don't think it's, I don't know, I guess we might have to say the date that we're recording on, but I don't know if I would say good morning, good evening, because we don't know when people are listening or where they're from. I learned that from things I do online, of which we may or may not speak of, where everybody's kind of in a different time zone, and it's like you can't just be like good evening everybody, because, or good morning everybody, or so I've been in situations where it's like, yeah, it's Saturday night, and a bunch of people will be like, actually it's Sunday already, and so I've learned that from doing some live stuff in strange situations. But here we are, and so the funny thing is, this was when I came on here, I envisioned this as just being like a minute and 30 seconds long, because it's just going to be like a kind of a demo thing. But it seems to be going all right. I seem to be able to talk to myself really well, which is disturbing in a lot of ways, because if you think about it, oh, there goes my headset. So I might have jinxed it there. But we were going to be talking about some weird news, and this one comes from the mirror.co.uk, and it's about this American who apparently has left all these British people. I don't know who all these British people are. I don't know if we're talking about half a dozen or 20,000. It just says, an American has left Brits in hysterics. So some Brits. Oh, I don't know. The news these days, the way it's written. But anyways, let's see. This guy, basically, his name is, and I don't want to just read the article, although I could, just be like, this is exactly what it says. There's a lot of that out there, but so I'm going to give it to you like this, because I've already told you it's from the mirror.co.uk. This guy, Nick Alexander from Miami, was reviewing his horrible, in quotes, horrible day at the beach, and let's just see. Apparently he's got a TikTok account. I'm not even sure how to see. I thought TikToks could only be like about 4 seconds. Maybe I should be doing this on TikTok. I don't know. Maybe I'll become a famous TikToker. Maybe that's better. But so this is Mr. Miami _.uk. I guess maybe Mr. Miami UK is already taken by some other Mr. Miami. Sounds a little bit like Mr. Miyagi, only not at all. Mr. Miami _.uk. We won't get into the Miyagi stuff for now. We'll stick to the Mr. Miami _UK. So he's basically reviewing this trip to that he took to. Well, he's from Miami. It says he recently moved to Wolverhampton, where his mom previously lived. So he's, as the article says, he's experiencing some samples of English culture, you see. So he uploaded a recent video, and I hope this is going to work, and I hope it's not too long, because, hopefully we can get this for you. And he had some things to say about the beach that he was checking out. He basically at the end, and I'll quote what he said, quote, "Overall it ended up being an absolutely shitty day. I didn't get to go swimming." And he also said, I'm definitely going to go to Cornwall or Devon to find me a better beach, because I need to go swimming this summer in the UK, baby. End quote. And, well, as long as you're doing it safely in the middle of this pandemic, I guess it's alright to go for a swim. Let's see. I'm looking for a date on this. It's yesterday's date, technically, June 20th. See what I mean? You never know what day it is in the world. Well, I guess you kind of do. But let's see if we can play some of this. And if it completely screws up, that's because I'm my own producer. For example, this was supposed to be like a 1.5-minute segment, and we've been going for 5, and I don't know if this will retain anybody's attention whatsoever, but we're going to try to play this first clip, and then we'll come back with some more weird news. Okay. Is this going to work? Hello. No, that didn't work. All right. It's live radio, ladies and gentlemen.
So yesterday we decided to go to the beach. Bear with me, guys. I lost my fucking voice. We made a quick stop at a rest stop to use the bathroom. Check out the gang in the back of the car. Everybody was vibing. And then we were off to the beach. We thought it was going to be an easy walk. Everybody was vibing. And then I pulled up on some goddamn mud. The beach was like 20 miles away.
That's not
Now,
right.
I don't know who decided to call this place a beach. But where I come from, beaches don't look like this.
Alright, I think that's enough, because some sort of song is going to come in, and that's going to get me in trouble. How come he gets to play songs? Or maybe maybe he makes his own beats. I don't know. Mr. Miami _UK. Can you imagine if, like, Mr. Miyagi was on Twitter? If he had survived into the Cobra Kai era, and, he was, well, I don't want to talk too much about that show, but imagine all the kids, on the show, the ones in the, they're all under 18, because the whole show was well, not the whole show, but part of the show's about even though movies was about the under 18 karate tournament, right? It kind of revolves around that a little bit, to an extent. So can you imagine if it was like Mr. Miyagi _Okinawa? Like he couldn't just have Mr. Miyagi Okinawa because that was taken or something. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. In a minute, we're going to play some kind of a bumper or an ID, something that says, just like the intro that we would have. Some kind of music would go here, and it would be like, na 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 na. Maybe we'll have a sponsor. Some kind of a, hello, this is your sponsor. Please buy this and buy that and support everything. But instead, we're just gonna kind of do a little bit of a diddly-doo Wayne's World style and be back in just a second. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got some bubbles going on. I don't think anybody's gonna give us a citation for playing some bubbles. So that's what we got going on. Until we get a bigger budget, we came back with some bubbles. That's it. God damn it. Bubbles sound effect. Alright. We're gonna do one from the HuffingtonPost.ca. Some guy in the UK again. Everything in the UK. Do we have a UK theme going on? I'm not quite sure, but a UK man changed his name legally to Celine Dion after getting drunk and watching her concert. I don't know, like, first of all, and I don't know, am I gonna lose some people? Hello, one person listening to this. I'm sorry if I offend you, but there may be something a little bit off about Celine Dion fans in the first place, just because of the fact that they can tolerate Celine Dion. Is that really is that mean of me to say that? Because I'm pretty tolerant of many kinds of music, but and I am Canadian, but I don't know about the Celine Dion. I'm sorry. So he was drunk. He changed his name, and he said he told the HuffingtonPost.ca reports that this man, Thomas Dodd, told the local news outlet Birmingham Live that he had too many drinks, and he was watching a recording of his Celine Dion concert, and he filed to change his name. So did this actually go through, is my question. Did he legally change his name? He said, quote, "I am slightly obsessed with her, I'm not going to lie," end quote. And he said he was watching a lot of her concerts during lockdown on television, and he had a few drinks, and he thought it was a great idea to change his own name to Celine Dion. He is a hospitality worker that lives in Staffordshire. I love those names like that. Staffordshire, Birmingham, Leicester. He lives in Staffordshire, England, and he saw Celine Dion live in 2019. The article reports he is 30 years old. And here we go. Hold on. Here's the juicy part. HuffingtonPost.ca once again. Dodd, or should we say Dion? This is a quote from HuffingtonPost.ca. So, quote, Dodd, or should we say Dion, says he received the official paperwork in the mail a few days after Christmas and apparently paid £89, which is around 150 Canadian dollars, for the change, as well as multiple copies of the letter proving it's real, end quote. So, he did in fact, for 150 Canadian dollars, change his name to Celine Dion. Well, that's good for you, Thomas Dodd, or should I say Celine Dion. So it just goes on to say the process to change your name in the UK is actually pretty easy, apparently, because of something called a deed poll. So, quote again, a deed poll is a legal document that proves the change of name, and it can be used as an evidence of your new title for the purposes of amending your passport, driver's license, and other official documents. The new Celine Dion says he's not planning on changing it back right away, end quote. And he said, I'll figure it out, I'm not rushing to change it back, that's for sure. So, Mr. Celine Dion, or that's for sure, end quote. Mr. Celine Dion, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to read the rest of this. Because, frankly, there are better things to, 150 Canadian dollars. Would you change your name? Here, why don't we ask that out there? Would you change your name for 150 Canadian dollars? And, yeah, it says something at the end, if we all changed our names to famous performers, yada yada. Why would we do that? Why would we all change our names to famous performers? I don't understand. Let's go to this one. This one's from Canoe.com. And Canoe, well, I'll wait till the end. So what's our runtime right now? 12 minutes? Alright. So yeah, let's do this. Canoe.com. I thought it was going to be Canoe.ca, but it's Canoe.com, ladies and gentlemen. Odds and ends, Olympic condom handouts, and other offbeat offerings. And this is by Eddie Chow. So maybe you're on the hook, Eddie Chow, June 19th, 2021, Canoe.com. So he's written this little thing here, reporting that Olympic athletes are being supplied with condoms, but they're also being urged to social distance. So this fine fella is asking, is there actually any way to have socially distant sex? So let's see what he writes here. Let's see here, let's read a little quote from this article. So, quote, sexually charged athletes competing at this year's 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo are getting mixed messages after event organizers tell them to maintain social distancing rules while handing out 150,000 condoms at the same time, Reuters reported, end quote. So that was originally reported by Reuters, whatever you want to call it. Tomato. By the way, one more quote, condom distribution isn't new at the Olympic Games. It's been a tradition since the 1988 Seoul Olympics, where the birth control has been used to raise awareness of HIV and AIDS, end quote. So, here's my question. First of all, if they've been doing this since 1988, they've kind of been doing this since 1988, so, you know, it may even be written into the Olympic legislation somewhere that all athletes must be provided with condoms. It might be an international organized Olympic organization, and that's IOU, right? International Olympic. No, that's the IOO. Whatever they call it. Anyways, let's just get to the point here. So what I'm saying is, yes, we all know all of the athletes, all of the world-class athletes that, for better or for worse, are going to, converge in Tokyo for the Olympics. If that does indeed happen, I guess it's going ahead. But here's the thing. We're all human. Don't you think that two, maybe just one or two, all it takes is one, you know. So if one of those athletes decides to do something else athletic over the Olympic duration, over the duration of time that they're over there for the Olympics, if one of them decides, I'm going to do something athletic outside of what I'm here for, don't you think it's better for them to have the condoms? So there you go. Protect the athletes, and if you've been handing out the condoms since 1988, then we've had some time to know if that helps or not, and if that helps not create any Olympic babies over the course of if that's the goal. I mean, that's another thing is you know, if you have the best of the world having a little hanky-panky, is that the worst thing that could happen? I mean, obviously we don't want the COVID spreading, and there's a whole political side thing that I don't want to get into right now about why are the Olympics even happening. The pandemic is not quite over. But notwithstanding all of that obvious stuff, is it the worst thing in the world if let's say the best athlete in China and the best athlete in I don't know why the first thing came into my head was Yugoslavia, but that doesn't exist anymore. So if the best athlete from you know, Jamaica and the best athlete from here, if they go and wander off and have an Olympic baby, is that the worst thing that can happen? I don't know, but we'll be back in a little bit, and we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about we're going to talk about a library book that I think took 70 years to return, and I think we got one more story after that. Hang on. We're going to do some bubbles again, because that's all we got is bubbles. Where's the bubbles? Oh, there we go. Why are we doing bubbles? I don't know. It's just a very low budget pilot. That's all. I don't know. I guess we didn't even have to do a break. 17 minutes. All right. Are we gonna do all these? All right. So this one's from the Mirror. We're going back to the mirror.co.uk for this one. A woman. Let's see, is there a date on this one? I know it's very recent. This is from today, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way I like it. Mirror.co.uk, woman makes revenge necklace to expose her love rat boyfriend in front of entire family. That's the headline. You gotta love the Mirror. Woman makes revenge necklace to expose love rat boyfriend in front of entire family. So basically, just to start to summarize this, a jewelry maker got a very strange request from this woman who had been cheated on, I think more than once. In the article calls her a scorned woman. A scorned woman. So I'm going to read a little bit of this. Quote, a scorned woman has commissioned a revenge necklace from a jewelry business to be adorned with the 3 names of the women her boyfriend of 6 years cheated on her with, unquote. So, this jewelry maker, his name, could be a her. I'm not sure. We're going to leave that open-ended. You can decide, unless I figure it out a little bit later. But Liv Portillo, who is 20, was or received a strange order, and the girlfriend, or the ex-girlfriend, I would assume, of this man who cheated on her, the article refers to her as a rat boyfriend, is going to give her boyfriend, or soon-to-be ex-boyfriend, by now probably, this necklace or this piece of jewelry, yes, a revenge necklace, as an anniversary gift. He's about to receive it from her. So, it says, and I quote, Liv quickly set about making the unusual piece, which the woman used her boyfriend's credit card to pay for. Ooh. Now, I know somewhere down the article asks, is this too harsh, or is this what they deserve? And I would say, hey, you know, if you've been, it said she had been with this guy for 6 years, and he went and cheated on her. So she then came up with this plan. It sounds a little bit Days of Our Lives to me, but if you ask me, he may be getting off easy. So he's gonna get a necklace. She also ordered another necklace, by the way, which is just for her to remove any negativity. I like that. But apparently, there's this whole revenge plot that this article says has 1.1 million likes on TikTok. Once again, TikTok. I don't know what's going on over there at that TikTok. But lots of crummy beaches and revenge plots, apparently. But anyhow, in the clip, it says basically that she's, gonna, like we said, where she's gonna give him the necklace in front of his friends and family. It says, so that he can read it out loud. So this anniversary gift is gonna have the names of the 3 women he cheated on her with, and on one part of the necklace, and their anniversary date on another part of the necklace. So imagine getting that. I mean, that's about what he deserves, right? So that's what, he's getting a necklace with their anniversary date. It looks like that's June 21st, which is today, 2015. So this is going to go down, I think, today. Well, somebody's going to have a bad day today. We now know that, right? And I think we had one more story to talk about before we wrap things up here for now. And goodness knows where this will end up. One day it's going to be like, this is the pilot, and we used bubbles. We used bubbles, man, to anyways. Overdue book headed back to California library after 70 years. This article is from June 18th, 2021 at 3:38 p.m. Well, thank you for being so precise. Mr. Ben Hooper wrote this article for UPI.com, and we're going to take a little bit of a look at it. So this article is about an overdue book, and it's being returned to a library in California. It was found by the son of a woman who failed to return it, and it was due on June 2nd, 1950. So can you imagine? What a terrible old lady didn't return her library book. She had so much time to do it, and she didn't do it. Anyways, we don't want to bash her. I'm just kidding. The article says, first of all, the man's name is Tim Steele, and his mother's name was Gail Steele, and the book in question is a copy of Dancing Star by Gladys Malvern, which she apparently... okay, so she checked it out of the Sonoma County Library when she was only 13 years old, and I quote from UPI.com, Gail Steele, a former Hayward City Councilman and an 18-year member of the Alameda County Board of Supervisors, died in June 2020 at the age of 83. End quote. Boy, they make that sound very impressive, as if, if anything, if you're a, it figures she's a councilwoman and didn't return her library books, don't you think? They try to make it sound impressive that she was on this board of supervisors, but she couldn't even supervise herself returning a book that was due in 1950. But I hope everybody knows I'm joking. Like, I'm not trying to disparage a dead old lady. I'm not. But she died at the age of 83. Her son, I guess, was a little bit more honest than she was, and he came across the overdue library book, and I guess he was cleaning out her home, and that is sad, her home in Hayward. And he contacted the library eventually about returning the book, because it belongs to them, lady. It was due 70 years ago. But anyways, it's a cute story. He offered to pay the fine, and they waived that, saying they did away with fines in 2019. Now, that's the other thing. The library is doing away with fines. Everybody can read everything for free now on the internet, and the library is doing away with fines. The library in my neighborhood has been closed for renovations for like a couple of years, and even if it wasn't closed for renovations, it would be closed due to COVID-19, but we won't get into that. But here's the thing. Where do libraries get their money from if they're letting books go due for 70 years and not collecting on the fees? But if Steele, and I quote from this UPI article again, we're going to just read this part, quote, but if Steele had been charged the old rate of 15 cents per day, 15 cents per day, the book would have accumulated more than $3,888 in late fees. Why does this article say, oh, end quote, by the way, why does this article say would have accumulated more than $3,888 in late fees? Why does it not say the exact amount? Was he just lazy to too lazy to do the math? Like, I would have been the same way. I would have been too lazy to do the math, but Ben Hooper, who wrote the article, I just wonder, man, like, anyway, because we could do the exact math. We could sit here right now. It was due on June 2nd, 1950, 15 cents a day, and, well, we don't, and today's date is whatever, so, anyway, we'll just leave it at that. We don't know. The book's returned. Happy ending. This is what the library director, Ann Hammond, had to say. The director of the library, who waived more than $3,888 in fees. Library director Ann Hammond said it's just a feel-good story, that she had it for so long, and it was something that was important to her. But it is sweet to have it back. End quote. Now, who says that book was important to her? She could have had... Who really knows where in that house that book was? That book could have been holding up like a three-legged table. It could have been holding up a three-legged table. Maybe that's why for 70 years she didn't return the book. If the book was... Anyway, you know where I'm going with that. Anyway, I'll see you all next time. Thanks so much for being a part of this, and maybe I won't see you all next time. If this ends up getting one view, one listen, one who knows what, then we may never be doing this ever again. But with any luck, we'll see you next time. I hope everybody enjoyed the unofficial pilot. I'm a pilot. No, I am not a pilot. This is a pilot. I don't know how to get out of here, so we're gonna play some Bubbles again, since we don't have a budget for any good music. That's just not all right. So, anyways, it's I believe it's the summer solstice, and so I'll just say happy solstice to everybody. It's now summertime. I know some people get excited about that, but personally, I don't like the smokedy, hot, humid weather. But on that note, we're getting out of here, and that's it. So look at that, basically half an hour, and I didn't even plan it. I didn't say I thought I was gonna do 1 minute and 30 seconds per story here, so we just did a half-hour show, and I'm gonna leave you with some Bubbles.